Welcome, beautiful damsels. The highest form of intelligence is the ability to observe without judgment. This isn't just a quote, it's the essence of what it means to be Sigma. Sigmas don't have time for petty emotions or destructive feelings like hate, because their minds are wired for something far more powerful: progress. It's a simple fact that most people waste an extraordinary amount of energy on others, caught in the whirlwind of jealousy, bitterness, and competition. But not the Sigma. The Sigma individual moves in silence, unbothered by social validation or trivial conflicts. Hating on someone, that's for those who are trapped by their need to compare. For the Sigma, life is too valuable, too short, to be wasted on such meaningless pursuits. Why dwell in negativity when you can be busy mastering yourself? In this video, we'll uncover why Sigmas never have time for hate, and why their mindset is a level of emotional intelligence most will never understand. Number 1. Emotional efficiency. Sigmas operate with a level of emotional efficiency that most people can't even comprehend. They don't waste their feelings on things that don't serve them, and hate is one of the biggest wastes of all. For them, emotions are like tools used strategically and only when necessary. Hating someone? That's emotional energy poured into something that brings zero value in return, and Sigmas simply aren't interested in anything unproductive. When you think about it, hate is a heavy emotion. It takes time, focus, and mental space to keep fueling it. Sigmas understand that they only have so much emotional bandwidth, and they're careful about where they invest it. They reserve their energy for things that push them forward, whether that's mastering a skill, deepening their knowledge, or pursuing a goal. Hate doesn't align with any of these, so it's quickly dismissed as irrelevant. Sigmas are very calculated with their emotions. They don't let external situations or other people dictate how they should feel. If something doesn't serve their growth or align with their personal goals, it gets no attention. Hate requires too much engagement with others, too much focus on things outside of their control. Sigmas prefer to keep their energy focused inward, on their own evolution, rather than wasting it on someone else's shortcomings or achievements. By being emotionally efficient, Sigmas stay clear-headed and focused. They aren't bogged down by the drama and negativity that distract so many others. While people around them might spiral into envy, anger, or frustration, Sigmas remain above it, simply because they know better. They understand that hate does nothing for them. It doesn't make them smarter, stronger, or more successful. And for a Sigma, if something doesn't contribute to their growth, it has no place in their life. Number 2. Unbothered by competition. Sigmas don't see other people as competition because their focus is entirely internal. They don't measure their success by what others are doing. They measure it by their own standards and personal growth. For them, the only competition that matters is who they were yesterday. This mindset frees them from the need to hate or envy anyone else. Why waste time resenting someone when the real challenge is to be better than you were before? Hate usually stems from comparison, feeling that someone has something you don't or is doing better than you are. But Sigmas are so focused on their own path that they simply don't care about what others have or how they're doing. Their priorities are deeply personal, and they aren't swayed by external benchmarks of success. This makes hating irrelevant to them, because they don't feel like they're in a race with anyone. Sigmas also understand that no two people's journeys are the same. What works for one person might not work for another, and trying to compare yourself to someone else is a futile exercise. Instead of wasting energy on jealousy, they stay laser-focused on their own trajectory. It's all about progress and growth, and that's something that only they can measure for themselves. Hating someone else's success would mean that a Sigma feels threatened by it. But that's not how they operate. They have a quiet confidence in their abilities and know that as long as they keep pushing forward, their own success is inevitable. Hating someone else won't change their situation, but working on themselves will. So while others are busy comparing and resenting, Sigmas are steadily improving, with no need for hate in their process. For them, the real victory comes from surpassing their own expectations, not someone else's. Number 3. Too busy with silent domination. Sigmas don't need to announce their intentions or show off their progress. While others are busy drawing attention to themselves, competing for status or proving their worth, Sigmas are working quietly behind the scenes. They don't have time for hating anyone because they're already too busy perfecting their craft. Silent domination is their strategy, letting their actions speak so loudly that hate becomes irrelevant. For a Sigma, outward competition is pointless. They're not in the race to be the loudest or most recognized. Their focus is entirely on becoming the best version of themselves, and that's something they pursue with relentless dedication. Hate requires comparison. It requires you to feel threatened or overshadowed by someone else's success. Sigmas don't feel that pressure because they aren't measuring themselves by someone else's achievements. They understand that true power comes from within, and that mastery is a personal journey, not a public performance. The irony is, while others are wasting time hating or tearing each other down, Sigmas are getting ahead without anyone even noticing. By the time people realize what's happening, the Sigma has already moved on to the next level, leaving others to wonder how they did it. Sigmas don't engage in drama or petty rivalries because it's beneath them. They have no interest in being distracted by negativity when they could be using that time to sharpen their skills and grow even stronger. Hate is noisy, distracting, and ultimately unproductive. Silent domination, on the other hand, allows Sigmas to stay focused on what matters most, their own evolution. They let their work do the talking, and by the time anyone thinks to hate on them, they're already miles ahead, too busy to even notice. Number 4, addiction to growth, not drama. Sigmas are addicted to growth. Every day is an opportunity to learn, evolve, and push their boundaries. They are obsessed with bettering themselves, constantly raising the bar on what they can achieve. This addiction to growth leaves no room for hate because hating someone is nothing but a distraction from their own progress. It's a waste of energy that could be spent on becoming smarter, stronger, and more capable. When you're fixated on personal growth, drama and negativity seem childish and irrelevant. Sigmas know that people who spend time hating are the ones who are stuck, those who aren't growing fast enough. Hating means you're focused on someone else's journey instead of your own, and for Sigmas, that's a fatal mistake. Every second spent in envy or bitterness is a second they could be using to elevate themselves. Sigmas understand that personal development is their most valuable currency. They constantly seek out new knowledge, new challenges, and new experiences to push their limits. Hating or resenting others is backward thinking. It pulls you into a stagnant mindset. Sigmas refuse to be held back by that. They know that staying stuck in negative emotions like hate is the fastest way to halt your own evolution. For a Sigma, the only real competition is who they were yesterday. They don't care if someone else is winning or succeeding because it has no impact on their personal path. Their focus is so razor-sharp on their own growth that hate becomes not just unnecessary, but utterly useless. Their time is better spent building themselves up, not tearing others down. Hating someone simply means you're taking your eyes off your own path, and that's a mistake Sigmas will never make. Number 5, masters of self-control. Sigmas are masters of self-control. They don't allow their emotions to run wild, and because of that, they operate on a different level than most people. Hating on someone requires an emotional reaction, an investment of energy into something outside yourself. For a Sigma, that's a waste. They see the bigger picture and know that getting caught up in negative emotions like hate will only slow them down. What sets Sigmas apart is their ability to stay focused on what matters to them. While others are consumed with feelings of envy or resentment, Sigmas are busy fine-tuning their own lives. They channel all their energy into becoming better, learning more, and achieving their personal goals. Hate doesn't fit into that equation because it offers no value and no return on investment. Why get distracted by someone else's success or failure when you could be spending that time on yourself? Sigmas have an almost ruthless sense of purpose. They know exactly where they're headed and how to get there. Hate only complicates things, dragging them into emotional territory they don't need or want. For them, it's not about being indifferent for the sake of appearing above it all. It's about practical efficiency. Hating someone serves no real purpose in their life, so they discard it entirely. By mastering self-control, Sigmas maintain a sharp, undistracted focus. Their time is too valuable to be wasted on something as unproductive as hate. They don't just avoid it because it's the right thing to do. They avoid it because it's completely useless in their path to success. Their energy is too precious, too refined to be spent on such a low-level emotion. Number 6. Success as their best revenge. For a Sigma, success is the ultimate form of revenge. They operate on a level that transcends petty feelings, recognizing that engaging in hate or resentment is not just unproductive, it's beneath them. When someone wrongs a Sigma, they don't stew in anger or plot revenge in a traditional sense. Instead, they focus their energy on becoming so successful that their achievements speak for themselves. This is a far more powerful response. In a world where people often seek satisfaction through revenge, Sigmas know that real power lies in personal growth and accomplishment. They see every setback or slight as an opportunity to fuel their ambition. If someone tries to undermine them, instead of getting dragged into a cycle of negativity, they channel that energy into working harder and achieving more. This approach allows them to rise above the fray and become an even better version of themselves. By prioritizing their success, Sigmas create a situation where the best revenge is simply thriving. They understand that success is a game changer. It not only validates their efforts but also serves as a reminder that their journey is theirs alone, unaffected by the opinions or actions of others. In a way, their success becomes a powerful statement against those who doubted or disrespected them. When they achieve their goals, the noise from those who tried to bring them down fades into the background. In this way, hate becomes irrelevant. Why waste time harboring negative feelings when you can pour that energy into building a life that surpasses any slights or injustices? Sigmas are acutely aware that success is the best form of response. It allows them to emerge victorious, not just in their eyes, but also in the eyes of those who may have doubted them. And in that victory, they find their true strength, one that can never be diminished by the hate of others. Number 7. Numb to gossip and petty behavior. Sigmas are completely unbothered by gossip and petty behavior. While others get wrapped up in who's saying what about whom, Sigmas find it all irrelevant and tiresome. They're too focused on their own path to care about the noise around them. Gossip thrives on people's insecurities and need for validation. But Sigmas don't operate that way. They don't seek approval, and they certainly don't waste time trying to tear others down through idle talk. Gossip and petty behavior are distractions, ways people avoid dealing with their own lives by focusing on the flaws or successes of others. But Sigmas aren't interested in distractions. They have goals, ambitions, and a clear sense of direction. Engaging in gossip would mean taking their attention off what truly matters to them. It's not about being above others. It's about understanding that the time spent in trivial conversations could be better spent working on themselves. Petty behavior, too, is something Sigmas view as beneath them. It's rooted in jealousy, insecurity, and the need for revenge, all emotions they have no interest in. Instead of engaging in petty back-and-forths or getting drawn into small-minded conflicts, Sigmas prefer to stay silent, observe, and keep moving forward. To them, reacting to pettiness only gives power to people in situations that don't deserve it. Sigmas are highly selective about where they invest their energy, and gossip simply doesn't make the cut. They understand that what others are doing or saying has no impact on their own growth or success. So, while the world around them may get caught up in whispers and rumors, Sigmas stay focused, unbothered, and above the fray. Their success comes from tuning out the noise and keeping their eyes on the prize, something gossip and pettiness will never provide. Number 8. The long game thinkers. Sigmas are long game thinkers, always strategizing and planning for the future. They understand that true success doesn't come from quick wins or short-lived victories. Instead, it's built on a foundation of consistent effort and sustained growth. This perspective makes them impervious to the urge to hate. When you're focused on the long game, hate becomes not only pointless, but also a distraction from what really matters. In a world where many are caught up in instant gratification and fleeting trends, Sigmas take a step back. They see the bigger picture, recognizing that today's successes or failures won't define their entire journey. They understand that hating someone for a momentary win doesn't change their path. It only serves to divert their energy and attention from what they could be accomplishing. While others may get caught up in jealousy or resentment, Sigmas remain focused on their personal objectives, refusing to let someone else's achievements deter them. This long-term perspective allows Sigmas to cultivate patience and resilience. They're not concerned with how others perceive them or how they stack up against their peers. Instead, they concentrate on continuous self-improvement. When someone else achieves success, Sigmas see it as an opportunity to learn and grow, not as a reason to hate. They know that every person's journey is unique, and the only real comparison that matters is to their past selves. By keeping their eyes on the long game, Sigmas channel their energy into building a future that aligns with their aspirations. Hate simply doesn't fit into that equation. They recognize that while others might dwell in the negativity of competition, they can thrive in a mindset that prioritizes growth, wisdom, and the relentless pursuit of their goals. In the end, it's not about who wins the battle today, it's about who wins the war of self-evolution over time. Number 9. Complete emotional independence. Sigmas are emotionally independent, which means they don't let other people control how they feel. Hating someone would require giving that person power over their emotions, and that's something a Sigma simply won't allow. For them, emotions are a personal responsibility. They decide how they feel, and they don't let outside influences disrupt their inner balance. This emotional independence is one of the reasons they have no time for hate. Hate isn't just a strong emotion, it's an emotion that puts someone else at the center of your thoughts. It requires you to dwell on another person's actions, choices, or successes. But Sigmas are focused inward. They don't give anyone that kind of mental space in their life. Their emotional world is their own, carefully guarded and controlled. Hate would mean letting someone else invade that space, and that's not an option for them. Sigmas have a natural ability to detach from situations and people that don't serve them. If someone wrongs them or does something hurtful, instead of letting it fester and turn into resentment, they cut ties and move on. They don't need to hate, they simply remove the problem and continue on their path. It's not about being cold. It's about maintaining control over their emotional energy. They won't let anyone pull them into a downward spiral of negativity. This level of emotional independence also makes Sigmas more resilient. They're not easily rattled by what others do or say, because their sense of self isn't tied to external validation or conflict. They know who they are, and they don't need to hate anyone to prove it. Hate is too draining, too consuming, and ultimately pointless. Sigmas are more interested in protecting their emotional peace than wasting it on something as counterproductive as hate. Number 10. Unaffected by approval. Sigmas are deeply aware of their values and principles, and they live by them unapologetically. This strong sense of self-awareness creates a foundation for their actions and decisions when they encounter negativity or hostility from others. Their commitment to their own values acts as a protective shield. They don't have time for hate because it contradicts everything they stand for. For them, fostering positive energy and pursuing meaningful goals are far more important than engaging in conflict or animosity. Unlike many who might feel compelled to react to negativity with equal fervor, Sigmas take a different approach. They rise above it, choosing to focus on what aligns with their values. Hate is a reflection of weakness and insecurity, two things they don't associate with their identity. They believe in building others up rather than tearing them down. Their principles encourage them to maintain a high standard of integrity and emotional intelligence, making it impossible for them to justify harboring hate. This clarity of purpose keeps Sigmas grounded, allowing them to navigate life's challenges without being derailed by the pettiness that often surrounds them. They understand that embracing hate can lead to self-doubt and a loss of direction, so they refuse to let it in. Instead, they invest their time and energy into activities and relationships that resonate with their values, fostering an environment that promotes growth and positivity. By staying true to themselves, Sigmas create a life that is fulfilling and authentic. They recognize that the world is full of distractions and negativity, but they choose to remain anchored in their beliefs. Hate simply has no place in a life driven by integrity and purpose. This commitment to their values not only strengthens their character, but also empowers them to create an impact that extends far beyond any momentary conflict. For Sigmas, the pursuit of their ideals is far more rewarding than any fleeting emotion like hate. In a world often filled with negativity, drama, and comparison, Sigmas stand apart as beacons of self-awareness and purpose. Their ability to navigate life without succumbing to hate is not just a testament to their emotional intelligence. It's a powerful philosophy rooted in growth, integrity, and personal evolution. By rejecting the temptation to engage in conflict or jealousy, they free themselves to focus on what truly matters, their own journey and the impact they can create. Sigmas understand that the energy spent on hating others is energy lost in the pursuit of their goals. They harness their emotional strength to build themselves up, rather than tear others down, turning potential setbacks into opportunities for growth. This mindset not only elevates their personal and professional lives, but also sets an example for those around them. When others are caught up in the cycle of envy and competition, Sigmas remain steadfast, committed to their values, and driven by a desire for self-improvement. Ultimately, Sigmas know that success is the best form of revenge, and their unwavering focus on their own path allows them to thrive amidst the chaos. In the end, it's not about who has the loudest voice or the most attention. It's about who stays true to themselves and consistently rises above the noise. By embodying these principles, Sigmas not only transform their own lives, but also inspire others to look inward, break free from the shackles of negativity, and embrace a future driven by purpose and authenticity. If you're ready to unlock your potential and dive deeper into the Sigma mindset, hit that subscribe button on Sigma Femal Dynasty. Join our community of growth-driven individuals, and let's explore how to live life on your own terms. Don't miss out. Ring the bell for notifications so you can stay ahead of the game. Your extraordinary journey starts here, so let's embark on it together. Thanks, damsels, for tuning in. See you in the next vid. Bye, and stay blessed.